Okay, so I'm currently working on sorting flying colors, and I'm not sure where this video is going to go. Probably just in some random addendum that I'll load up at this point. However, once I come up with my solution, I think I want to tag an answer to that to it, so I don't know. Anyway, this is not a tremendous number of counters to sort, and there aren't that many. I mean, there's a pile of French that's about equivalent to the British, and then some smaller countries. But the problem is each scenario only uses a few, maybe a dozen of these red counters. There are a lot of scenarios, and I'm not sure what my sort of between scenario sorting practice is going to be, and whether it's going to carry over into other game, into long-term storage for this game. Right now I'm sorting alphabetically, which is obviously not how I want to store these. I think how I want to store them is probably by scenario, stacked up just like I did with Fighting Sail. But there are a lot more scenarios in this game. I've got what? It looks like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18 scenarios here, which isn't that terrible, except they're bigger scenarios. Flying color probably adds about as many. I'm sorry, ship of the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, another 16 really, with the special campaigning rules, which I think actually have a scenario stuck in them. Anyway, 30 little bags for it. One per scenario, plus another bag to handle any kind of excess pieces that are used in multiple scenarios, which I'm not sure quite what the situation is, because there's like multiple versions of the same ship at times. I know there's 2 versions of the Dreadnought that are exactly the same, presumably from the 2 different game sets, because conceivably you could play Ship of the Line with Serpents of the Sea rules. You can't play it as a standalone because it doesn't come with enough maps, but other than that, you're in pretty good shape. You also wouldn't have, I think, enough of these counters. I was lucky enough that my wife sorted all my counters, all my informational counters for me. I told her, hey, you could do this for me overnight, because we don't fall asleep at the same time, and lo and behold, I woke up and wow, they're there, and that saves me a lot of effort. So that was real sweet of her. But I really do not know what I want to do with this. Now, okay, if I sorted them alphabetically, I would only have 26 bags. Of course, I'd have different nations mixed in. Some of these bags would be holding a reasonable number of ships because there's some popular letters. Others I could throw into another situation. But it feels like I really should have it so that I can pull out more or less all the ships in a scenario in one bag and be ready to play. Then I'd have to label all the bags too. And the question is, do I want to expend that many bags? I think the answer is, how much do I like the game? Right now, after I think I only played it once or twice with my wife a few months ago, my feeling has been not terribly much. So maybe it's not worth sorting. Now, this massive sorting effort, if you were going to sit down and play one game with an opponent, might be okay. But if I'm going to play a series of games, I definitely need a better sorting than that. Now, temporarily, while I'm playing here, I can sort them into counter trays by scenario, or however I wish, by alphabetical, any way I like. So that's not that big a deal, but I may end up going back, and this is what I decided when I played with my wife was, next time I play it, I'm going to play every scenario that I'm going to play, and I'm probably not going to touch it again. That is unfortunately my feeling about this. I'm not thrilled with the game terribly. So I just threw everything in big bags. When they came off the counter sheet, They weren't in any recognizable order. They certainly weren't in scenario order. And there was just no way that I could sort right from the counter sheet the way that most GMT games can. This is a minor issue. I'm not sure why I'm babbling so much about it, except that, well, it may take me a while to get this actually playing and starting because I've got a fairly obnoxious sorting problem ahead. Just, and again, this is not that bad compared to, I don't know, DAC, which I'm going to have to do at some time or something. But it feels worse to me because it's so many different little scenarios as opposed to, one big game I'm going to play throughout. It feels kind of like dealing with, well, another game that I haven't gotten to the table because of sorting issues almost exclusively, which is Combat Commander. My set is mixed between the Mediterranean and the regular Combat Commander. I got kind of a deal on getting them together. But what I didn't realize was they were kind of mashed together in their sorting. And I haven't been able to figure it out enough to figure out the pieces to get playing yet. I tried with my wife, and I couldn't figure out what goes with which box, what we needed for any scenario. And I just put it aside again. I'm not sure if I don't know. I hope I have what I need for the game because it's been hard to figure out. But it also reminds me of your squad leader type stuff but at least with squad leader you have piles of the same units, right? That you're putting on the board. I need 5 363s. Great, I'll grab them. Here it's all individual ship names, and oh boy is that kind of a painful process to go through. Anyway, I guess I'm going to just send this up. I may note some other time what I got as a solution for it.